Here are the 5 top prospects NBA Draft 2022. Hello and welcome back to my channel. This is Why the Fact, not coming to all of you with a brand new video. The 2022 NBA Draft class has a hard act to follow. The 2021 class always looked fantastic at the top, and that group of rookies has immediately shined in the NBA. Evan Mobley, Cade Cunningham, Scotty Barnes, and Franz Wagner have each been terrific right away for their new teams. This year's class is not as strong or as deep. There's a lack of shot creators at the top of the class because of a down year for freshman guards. The pandemic has also played a role in taking away valuable developmental time for players heading into college. The middle to end of the lottery still feels totally up for grabs, but 5 prospects have emerged to form a solid foundation at the top of the draft. Team need was not taken into much consideration for this mock. Instead, this is a look at the 5 best prospects available in our view. The top 3 prospects each have a chance to go number 1 overall. The emergence of Adrian Griffin Jr. and Jaden Ivey has added a necessary talent infusion to the rest of the class. This is our first 2022 mock draft update since we published our initial board the day after last year's draft. This is how we see the 2022 NBA draft class right now. First on this list is Orlando Magic. Paolo Banchero, from Duke University. Banchero is the likeliest bet in this draft class to become a primary offensive option in the NBA. At 6'10", 250 pounds, Banchero combines raw power, advanced footwork, and soft shooting touch to form a dynamic scoring arsenal that should translate seamlessly to the next level. The freshman forward plays through contact better than any of his peers at the top of the class, showing the ability to get downhill as a ball handler, absorb contact at the rim, and finish once he gets there. At this point, Banchero often appears most comfortable as a mid-range scorer, when he can unleash jab steps and pump fakes to create separation and cleanly get into his pull-up jumper. He's also a capable 3-point shooter, 34% on 47 attempts so far, who should be a catch-and-shoot threat, 74th percentile on spot-ups, capable of spacing the floor off the ball. Offensively, Banchero has a tendency to hold the ball at times. The highly enticing passing flashes he showed at the high school level have not fully come through during his brief college career just yet. Defensively, Banchero can be a tad slow moving backwards, and isn't a great vertical leaper, but he has the combination of physical tools and quick hands to be solid on that end if he can refine his technique and become more disciplined. Banchero isn't a no-brainer number 1 pick, but his on-ball creation, deep scoring bag, and pro-ready frame make him both a safe selection and a player with the high ceilings. Second on this list is Chet Holmgren, from Gonzaga. Chet Holmgren finished his high school career as the top-ranked player in his class, and he's backed up that evaluation during a tremendous freshman season for a mighty Gonzaga team. The discourse around the 7-foot big man often centers around his ultra-thin 195-pound frame, but it misses the toughness, motor, and competitive mindset that helps distinguish him. Holmgren is simply one of the best rim protector prospects to hit the draft over the last decade. He's a ferocious shot blocker with great timing, instincts, and hand-eye coordination who can challenge a shot even if he gets bumped off his spot. He also shows impressive quickness to the ball in tight spaces, aided by a 7'5" wingspan that will be among the longest in the NBA. The offense is more of a question mark for Holmgren, but there are plenty of encouraging signs. He's a relentless finisher around the basket who is currently shooting 90% at the rim. He can space the floor with a 38% 3-point stroke, and the ability to keep the ball moving as a passer. He's also a good cutter who knows how to find seams in the defense. Holmgren can get lost at times in Gonzaga's true team-centric offense, but his package of skills and tools should be an ideal fit for an NBA 4 who can eventually play the 5 as he adds muscle. If Holmgren continues to shoot it well, he's simply one of the most impactful players in this class and deserves serious consideration for the number 1 pick. Third on this list is Houston Rockets, Jaden Ivey. From Purdue University, Jaden Ivey is in the midst of a breakout sophomore year at Purdue that has helped elevate his team to a national title contender while boosting his draft stock from fringe lottery pick to likely top 5 selection. Ivy's main appeal starts with the fact that no player in this draft class has better burst with the ball in his hands. The 6'4" guard is a blur with both his first step in the half-court and his transition attacking. He can consistently create advantages off the bounce by leveraging his speed, and he's proven to be a very good finisher, 71.4% shooting at the rim, once he gets deep penetration. One big knock on Ivy coming into the year was his three-point shooting, but he's raised his percentage from 25.8% as a freshman to 43% as a sophomore so far. It's possible that number is a bit overinflated because Ivy is a mid to low 70s free throw shooter, but there's no denying his improvement in that area is real. Defensively, he uses his elite length reported 6'10" wingspan to smoother ball handlers and get out in transition. Ivy is still very much more a two-guard than a point guard in my humble estimation, and needs to make major strides as a decision-maker to get there. He remains turnover-prone and mostly makes only basic passing reads. He also has very little in-between game as a mid-range scorer and hasn't yet mastered how to control his speeds to keep defenses off balance. If the shooting holds up, though, this mostly seems like low-hanging fruit for the most physically gifted guard prospect in the class. Players in his mold are extremely valuable, and there's no one else in this class that can match his unique gifts. Fit wasn't taken into much consideration in this mock draft, and there's certainly a chance Jabari Smith would fit better here given the presence of Jalen Green. But for now we like Ivy as a prospect a little bit more. Fourth on this list is Oklahoma City Thunder, Jabari Smith Jr. Auburn University Jabari Smith Jr. already has a credible case as one of the best 6'10" shooters alive at only 18 years old. The Auburn freshman is an absolute sniper from behind the three-point line with a high-release, effortless range, and the numbers to back it up. He's currently hitting 44% of his threes, on 86 attempts, 79% of his free throws, and ranks in the 93rd percentile of spot-up opportunities. His size and shooting makes him the most malleable player in this class and a seamlessly fit with a more ball-dominant star. If Smith isn't an elite defensive prospect on the other end, it certainly feels like he can hold his own. He's light on his feet for a player his size and has plus length 7'2", showing the ability to challenge closeouts without getting burned off the dribble. He'll be best spending most of his time next to a more traditional center who offers superior rebounding and shot blocking. For as tantalizing as Smith's talent is, he still has a way of leaving you wanting a little more. He plays more like a big wing than a true front court player, often shying away from contact and showing issues finishing in close. His offensive arsenal is a bit handicapped by his lack of developed ball handling. While his rebounding numbers have been solid at Auburn, I wonder if some of that is because of center Walker Kessler doing most of the boxing out. Smith doesn't create consistent offensive advantages off the bounce the way you'd like a potential top pick to do, but his elite shooting and plus length gives him a shot at going number 1 overall. And lastly, Indiana Pacers Adrian Griffin Jr. Duke University. Griffin might have more variance than any top prospect in this draft class, both in terms of his production at Duke and how he's evaluated by NBA scouts. That's mostly because Griffin has barely played the last 2 years before arriving in Durham because of a high school knee injury and then a decision to join his father, Raptors assistant and 9-year NBA vet Adrian Griffin, in Tampa Bay last season during the pandemic. Even Coach K didn't know what to do with his freshman wing in the early part of the year as he suffered another knee sprain. Griffin was completely out of the rotation for the Blue Devils for the early part of the year, but has since come on strong to flash the talent that made him someone we projected as a top 3 pick coming into the year. There's plenty to like about Griffin when he's actually on the floor. He has a huge frame for a wing that feels conservatively listed at 6'6", 220 pounds by the school. He's shown incredible shot-making ability off the bounce dating back to his high school days, and he's hit 44% of his threes in limited minutes at Duke this year. Griffin has also had flashes incredible athleticism on both ends of the floor, whether he's walling up at the rim to contest a shot, making a quick defensive rotation, or launching himself into the air to attack the rim. The numbers don't tell the whole story because of limited minutes, but Griffin's size, shooting, and the athleticism remains extremely enticing. In a draft class mostly dominated by front court players, Griffin offers major upside on the wing even if it's a risky bet. And that is it guys, these are the 5 top prospects NBA Draft 2022. Hope you all like this video and please don't forget to smash that like button. And you're new to this channel, please hit that subscribe button and also hit that notification bell so you will be updated on my next video upload. Mega love shout out to my premier team Aspiring and all its very active and supportive members. This is why the fact not see you all on my next video. Thank you for watching.